right, Vegas Sports Today here with Raiders receiver Tre Tucker. Tre, man, moving on to Cleveland obviously this Sunday, but last game I know the offense wasn't able to accomplish what it set out to do, but you actually had a pretty good game and everything. How do you feel coming off 7 receptions, 90 yards, and everything?
I mean, how I've always been. It's kind of hard to, enjoy individual success when you don't get the win. So winning makes everything better. I haven't really thought much about it, about like what I did last game, obviously, because like I said, the most important thing is winning. So we didn't get the win. That's what we're looking to bounce back and do here this week.
You had a longest play from scrimmage for the Raiders in that game, and you had plays like that last year, but it feels like you're even more sure-handed catching those deep passes this year. What goes into that? Why do you think that is?
Just the repetition. Obviously, we say Lasix that, but at the end of the day, just because you get Lasix, it doesn't mean maybe you can see better, but you still got to be able to track a ball. Like I tell people all the time, just because you have a nice car doesn't mean you know how to drive. You still got to drive, do driving tests and all that type of stuff. So just a lot of repetition in the off season and working in practice and just instilling confidence in them when they throw it. That's just where I worked on hard, really what I worked on a lot this off season, and that's obviously shown this season and preseason.
It's like a cliche early in the NFL player's career, the game slowing down. Does that have anything to do with it too? Or
for sure. For sure. I mean, I look at it, when I watch film, as a young player, you're not saying you're timid out there, but, you're sure of the concepts and everything, but you're not playing, full speed. And to me, it feels like I'm practicing out there just because that's what I do in practice. So it's kind of funny because I'd be out there and like going over like little notes to myself that I would do in practice. Like, okay, I'm gonna come off right here. And sure enough, I do it in the game. And just running routes and all of that just feels easier in the game, just because how hard I've made practice. And obviously, as you said, the game slows down from year 1 to year 2.
Is it a case of watching even more tape than last year, or are you just building off the foundation of learning NFL defenses the first year and just building on that?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think, just kind of knowing who you are and what you do. And then as you, like you said, you look at game film, you don't just look at them, but you also have to self-scout yourself. What did you do well last year? What did you not do? What did you do well last season? What did you not do well last season? And then you kind of work on all those things, so that way when you get in the game, you're just very confident on knowing what you're going to get from the other opponent because of what you think they've seen, and just executing when it comes down to it.
Is getting a taste of success, individually, another team, but is it make you even hungrier? Like, now I want to have almost every game that kind of output for myself.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone wants that. Everyone wants to do really well, but like I said, it doesn't really matter if you lose. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of, you're in a weird boat. If you aren't doing very well, or you're losing or whatever. So I think for me, I definitely a hungry player, and I know the capabilities that I could be. And I'm just working at that each and every day. And then ultimately, if I'm my best version of myself, that helps the team. So it's a team sport. It's all 11 out there. And for me, I just need to put my best foot forward and see where the chips fall, and hopefully keep coming out with wins and do really well this season.
Do you feel like the energy's good in the building to bounce back against Cleveland this Sunday?
For sure, 100%. I mean, it's like, it's one of those losses, we wish, we didn't have, but at the end of the day, it's a long season. It was only week 3, you know what I mean? So it's not, you kind of have a salty taste, but that's the beauty of it. You get to go back out there this week and you have the opportunity to change that. So I think that's what we're looking forward to doing, and that's why we, got back out there and passed today, and kind of going through things that we need to do throughout the week, and hopefully hoping for good results.
Passing as a whole kind of is down around the league. Do you find that defenses are maybe playing more differently with like 2 safeties back, and how tough is it to get kind of that deep ball threat with the way teams are playing?
Yeah, I mean, if you ask any DB, I think the first thing they don't want to do is get beat deep. And I think obviously defensive coordinators are thinking the same thing. Make them throw it short and come up and tackle. Make them earn all the little short yardage. But you can't just give up, one play pass that's 50 yards or whatever it may be, because that's half the field. And that's the explosive that I think a lot of people are trying to, eliminate. So definitely, I think for sure. I mean, each team we play, some defenses are similar and some are the same, but I think if you ask any DB, safety, whatever it is, they don't want to give up anything deep.
Do Do you feel like it's more of a thing where trying to get the deep ball as a result of that is more of scheme, or something that you have to like take into your hands personally in order to make that big play happen?
I mean, it just comes down to a lot of things, hopefully you catch them in man, you know what I mean? Because that's the easiest way to do it. And then sometimes even in zone, just depending on, what concepts you have out there can dictate the zone to free up the deep shot that you want to take. But yeah, it really just depends.
When AP came on board, there was a lot made about the players kind of having a little bit more of a voice in terms of everything. How important was that voice after a loss last week, that you guys could kind of air it out with each other and not just be kind of a talk by a coaching staff?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, like they always say, we're the ones that's playing out there, so we should be able to do that, you know what I mean? And obviously AP does a really good job of allowing us to do that, the best thing is peer pressure and us holding each other accountable, like I said, because we're the ones out there on the field. We're the ones who have to make the catch, the pass, the tackle, whatever it may be. So why not?
I may have missed this,